What's up, guys? Specstar here today with my Week 11 battle for MLBA, my second last battle of the season, and I'm going up here against my man Manly Soap, and he has got himself a team consisting of Deoxys Speed, Mega Blastoise, Swellow, Raichu, Scolipede, and Heatran. Now, who's got two thumbs and built this team on incognito mode and doesn't have it saved? This guy. So I'm just gonna have to recount my sets here. And leading off this team, I've got a physically defensive Mega Venusaur, which had, I believe it was Sleep Powder, Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, and Synthesis? No. Sludge Bomb, Earthquake, and Synthesis. There we go, I believe that's a set. Reshiram, which was Choice Scarf with Blue Flare, Flamethrower, Draco Meteor, and Earth Power. Flamethrower was just for the lack of needing another move and giving me an option to throw off a fire move with perfect accuracy in case I needed it. Slowking is specially defensive with Scald, Recover, Toxic, and because I wanted to stun a little bit, Zap Cannon. A fun move that I've wanted to use on this Pokemon. Next up, I've got a physically defensive Metagross with Meteor Mash, Bullet Punch, Earthquake, and Pursuit for the Deoxys, right. Next up, I have a Sharpedo, which is Darkinium Z, Z Crunch, Liquidation, Protect, and Earthquake, I believe my last move was. No, Poison Jab, because he had a Tapu Bulu, which he didn't bring, right. And lastly, I've got a Golbat, which has speed for Heatran. It's got speed for Heatran, so it can come in on a Heatran and defog before Heatran can taunt it. Heatran was one of the limited Pokemon I could defog on, so that was a priority for me, because he does have the potential to hazard stack with Deoxys and Scolipede, and of course Tran for the rocks. I also have Roost, Super Fang, and Whirlwind for some of the setup options as my little dog comes over here. Say hello to the people, Shadow. Speak? Speak? He's just putting on a scene. I think he's a little overwhelmed. Come on, speak. He scratched my mic. Okay, this is a lot less cooperative than he usually is. I guess you can put that one on the blooper reel, right, guys? That one's going straight to the blooper reel. He can deliver that trick with perfect accuracy. He did not like the microphone being up in his face. Anyway, let's go on with this battle here. I'm going to hit play here, put it on slow. He leads off with Heatran. I decided to lead off with Metagross because I wanted the potential to catch Deoxys right off the bat. He goes for a Flamethrower with Heatran. Because he gets a crit, I'm not able to roost off here. I should be faster than it, but I have a hunch that he may well be Scarf, and I'm not going to want to take that chance. So I'm going to switch out to Reshiram. And him going for another Flamethrower here affirms my suspicion that this Heatran is most likely Scarf. So I'm going to throw off a Blue Flare, and actually it's going to show the Toxic, so not quite what I was thinking there. I would have been able to roost up with Golbat, but alas, here I'm going to go into my Venusaur, predicting him to go into Blastoise. I'm going to get that play right. Here I'm going to Mega Evolve and just throw off a Sleep Powder, which is pretty free. I mean, it doesn't look like he has anything that can sponge these. My little dog continues to add to the blooper reel. He needs attention right now. I'll give it to him after. He's going to go into Deoxys as I collect Sludge Bomb, just covering a lot of the switch-ins that were possible. And I'm going to go into Metagross here because I want to try and Pursuit the thing. Now, I know that Soap knows I have a Pursuit boner, and it's a possibility he could just go for Shadow Ball here, so I'm going to go for a Bullet Punch. He instead goes out into Mega Blastoise, and my Bullet Punch will just literally bounce off that thing. I'm going to go to my Venusaur because that's a very, very safe switch-in for Mega Blastoise. One of the few very reliable switch-ins on that thing there is. I'm not sure. My microphone's flashing, so I'm not confident that it's working right. I hope so. I'm going to turn my fan away. Hopefully that makes it better. So, oops. Let me catch myself up here. He's going to switch out his Blastoise. I'm going to click Earthquake in case he wanted to bring Heatran or Scolipede in. Instead, he goes out to Swellow. And I'm going to Sludge Bomb this thing. And now, he's burned 1 turn of sleep. And I'm going to switch out because I believe that this man is going to get a 1-turn sleep. And I do not want to let my Venusaur catch a hit from this Swellow. And I'm going to go to Metagross, and my fears show to be true as he does get a 1-turn sleep, and I dodge a bullet with Air Slash. You know who doesn't dodge a bullet, though? That's Swellow, which is going to go down on my Bullet Punch. So now he's going to go ahead and bring in his Heatran, and I have a pretty reliable switch into that thing in Slowking, which does not care too much if it gets poisoned. Really not the end of the world for it if it does. Based on the role it has to fill for the rest of this game, it won't be staying in too many turns. I'm going to go for a Zap Cannon and miss it, which is the 50-50 there, as he brings out Raichu. Does that thing get Volt Absorb? I think it's Volt Absorb anyway, so he's going to Volt Switch as I bring in my Reshiram. He's going to bring in Scolipede. Now, I haven't shown that I'm Scarf, and I have a good deal of my Z points invested in Reshiram. I think I have 50 Z points and I have 33 on Reshiram. So he has to fear the Z. I think he's gonna not click Protect because I think he's gonna make the assumption that I'm Z Reshiram. Quite possibly Z Solar Beam for the Blastoise or Dragonium, something like that. And I'm just going to go ahead and click Flamethrower here, and the Scolipede is going to go down, which is massive for me, because that was the biggest threat he had on his team for my team. And it is beautiful to see that thing go down. So he's going to bring in his Deoxys as my little dog decides to walk on my screen. Are you trying to mess up my video, Shadow? You want to mess up my video? Oh, I love this little thing. Anyway, he is going to bring in his Deoxys Speed in on my Reshiram. I'm quite certain it's faster than my Reshiram. I'm going to go into my Slowking. As he's special attacking, I'm fairly certain my Slowking's a good switch in on that thing. I believe he specs based on damage on Metagross. I believe that's what I figured out from my calc. So he's going to bring in his Raichu as I throw off his Scald here. Going to do pretty good damage to that thing, and I'm going to burn it. And here he's going to show off the Volt Tackle, which is nuts. That was not what I was expecting to see from that Pokemon. He full paras me, which I said to him he deserved the full para because he busted out the Volt Switch tech. It was deserved. He's going to bring out his Deoxys as I went into my Metagross, which I knew could take a Volt Tackle and kill him with Recoil. And Deoxys is actually going to die to Poison, so here we'll see the Heatran come out, and my Slowking's a very reliable answer to that thing. Here I'm just going to try and slack off my health, hopefully dodging a Paralysis as he goes out into his Blastoise, and I will be able to slack off here through the Para. Now what did I do here? I believe I just stayed in and attacked. Yeah, I did, because I have Regenerator and he was not KOing me. That was my thought process there. He brings in the Raichu, and I'm just going to go to Metagross again. If he attacks me, he's going to go down to Burn or Recoil. He will go down there. And here he's going to bring out his Heatran. I'm just going to go into Slowking, as I've been doing. Slowking putting in the work for me this game, no doubt. And here I'm just going to go... I'm actually going to go for a Zap Cannon here, but I'm going to get paralyzed. So here I decided I'm just going to Scald because it looks like he's leaving this thing in. I'm not sure why he Toxic'd. I guess he was just kind of giving up at that point. There wasn't too much he could do. And I'm going to Scald and burn the Blastoise. And we're going to have a few turns here, me trying to unsuccessfully click Zap Cannon. I just wanted to land a Zap Cannon. I wanted to take this Pokemon out with a Zap Cannon. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to click it. I want to land one. And finally, I land the Zap Cannon. Blastoise goes down. And here, he's going to bring in his Heatran. And I'm just gonna, this turn I'm gonna get parried, and this turn I'm gonna manage to land my Scald, and I'm gonna win the battle 6-0. And with that big win, I'm going to move on to 9-2, and I believe my differential is plus 20. And I'm sitting comfortably atop, well, not too comfortably, but I'm sitting atop the league right now. And if I win my last battle next week, I will be in the number 1 seed heading into the playoffs, which is exciting for me. So that's going to be it for this video, and GG to my opponent. He had some interesting text there. And that's going to be it. I want to thank you guys for watching. Have yourselves a good night.